There is a moment when relationship stops being organized around roles. Not because connection disappears, and not because responsibility fades, but because you're no longer positioning yourself inside a story about who you are to others. This episode is about what it's like to relate without roles. For a long time, relationship required definition. Who you were in the relationship, what you provided, what was expected of you. Friend, partner, parent, colleague. Roles gave structure. They explained behavior. They created stability, but they also carried pressure. You felt responsible not just for how you showed up, but for maintaining a position. When the story quiets, roles loosen. You don't stop caring. You don't withdraw. You simply stop rehearsing who you're supposed to be before you engage. You meet the person in front of you without stepping into a role first. This can feel subtle. You still listen. You still respond. You still show care. But you're not performing relationship. You're participating. Relationship without roles doesn't feel dramatic. There's no internal script guiding interaction. You don't ask yourself how a good friend should respond, or what kind of partner you're being. You respond from what's present. Sometimes that's warmth. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's honesty that isn't polished. You don't shape yourself to fit expectation. You let the moment shape the exchange. This can feel unfamiliar. Roles once provided safety. They told you how to act when things felt uncertain. Without them, there's more openness. And openness can feel exposed. But there's also relief. You're no longer managing how you're perceived to preserve connection. You trust the connection to hold what's real. Relationship without roles also changes how conflict feels. Conflict still happens. Differences arise. Tension appears. But conflict doesn't threaten your position. You're not afraid of losing your role. You don't defend an identity. You address what's happening. You speak directly, or you step back when needed. There's no collapse of self. This makes conflict less entangled. You're not protecting an image. You're responding to the moment. Relationship without roles also affects how you care. Care becomes quieter. You don't overextend to prove love. You don't sacrifice yourself to meet expectation. You care within capacity, and that care feels cleaner. It's not driven by obligation. It's driven by presence. This doesn't make you distant. It makes you more honest. You show up as you are, not as who you think you should be. This honesty changes how boundaries appear. Boundaries don't need explanation. You don't justify them through role. You don't say, as a friend, I should, or as a partner, I have to. You respond to what's workable. You stay where you can. You step back where you can't. There's no story attached. Relationship without roles also softens how you relate to others' expectations. Expectations may still exist. People may still want things from you, but you don't feel compelled to meet expectation to preserve your place. You meet what you can. You let the rest be. This doesn't mean you stop being reliable. It means reliability is no longer tied to self-erasure. You're not holding the relationship together alone. You're allowing it to be what it is. This can feel steadier. You're not constantly monitoring whether you're doing relationship right. You're not adjusting yourself to maintain harmony. You let connection breathe. Relationship without roles also changes how you experience closeness. Closeness isn't something you manufacture. It arises naturally when there's no performance. You don't try to be intimate. You're present, and presence is enough. This episode isn't suggesting that roles are wrong. Roles still exist in practical ways. But they're no longer the ground of connection. They're tools, not identities. Connection happens underneath them. If you're listening to this and noticing that relationships feel simpler lately, less defined, less managed, that's not loss. That's connection without narration. And if these reflections help relationship feel more honest and less pressured, you're welcome to stay with the season as it continues. Liking the video helps it reach others who may be tired of performing connection instead of living it. If someone you care about feels stuck inside a role they no longer fit, you're welcome to share this with them, only if it feels right. Relationship doesn't need a role to exist. It only needs presence. And that's already here.